everybody, it's Lou, and today I'm going to be doing a video with my friend SlothFang from LameCraft, and that's a hermitcraft server, but lamer, but not really. Well, anyways, today we're going to be talking about the new Minecraft combat update for 1.14.3.
Thanks for having me today, PuppaLu. It's always a pleasure. Overall, this combat test is the first experimental version of a future combat update. While it is a version for a future major release, 1.15 is not combat nor is it cave, as we had originally thought. This combat experiment is what's known as a fork of the game at version 1.14.3 pre-4 as it's known in code, which means it doesn't contain any changes to the game past 0.14.3 pre-4. This version was only released on Reddit, so it does not appear in the launcher or any Minecraft.net blog post at the time of June 26, 2019, the release date.
However, if you are looking to download this update, it is available on Reddit, and we will be linking that in the video's description, as well as a short informational on how you can download and install if you want to try it out.
Overall, in gameplay for combat, there is a new attribute of part of the code for this introduction known as generic.attack reach. That overall represents the attack reach of a player. It can only be used by players, and in coding it has a default base 3.0 minimum, 0.0 maximum 6.0. The overall value is the number of blocks away the player can attack from. As you may notice in this case, since this is Java specific, when you're reaching to mine from a block, you can only mine so far away, placing items as well. There's also a weapon modifier that now modifies that generic.attack reach with an operation 0 and UUID code. This also adds a combat reach parameter using the attribute generic.combat reach to swords, hoes, and tridents.
I don't know about you, but my favorite thing to fight with is a hoe. It does the most damage, doesn't it?
If not, it should.
Yeah. Also, some additions to the combat is players can now only attack when the weapon is fully charged. And different weapons and items have different attack ranges, all separate from the block breaking reach, which is kind of what SlothFang hit on a little bit.
In regards to the block breaking reach, all swords have 3.5 blocks. Tridents and hoes, PuppaLu's weapon of choice, is 4 blocks, and all other boring items are just 3. Of course, the attack timer can be charged to 200%.
And once the attack timer reaches 200%, the sword is fully complete. And you could do, with the charge, that is the only way that you can do a critical attack. So once you're at 200%, you can do a critical or sweeping attack with the sword. The 200% charge will also deal a higher knockback while sprinting.
Weapons with shorter cooldowns, allowing you to attack sooner and faster, give the victims themselves shorter attack invulnerability times, which is also known as invincibility frames in Minecraft as well as in other games. The attack control can now be held down, attacking whenever the attack cooldown reaches 100%. It is now possible to hit mobs through non-full-size blocks such as grass. Wow, that's pretty cool. I've always wanted something like that.
Yeah, they're definitely making some good additions to this. Also, in the HUD portion of this, it's going to change how the attack indicator works. So when you're on the crosshair mode, the meter will only appear after the attack is 100% charged, showing the progress of reaching up to 200% charge instead. And when the hotbar mode, the meter only appears while charging the initial 100%.
So overall, recently with Minecraft, sweep attack is a new feature. They have upgraded it so that performing a sweep attack now requires a sweeping edge enchantment. Something I thought was already a thing before, but apparently wasn't, so it's good to know. That does now require the attack timer to be at 200%, and it is also performed regardless of whether an entity is hit or not.
Some changes to the items is there is increased attack speed for axes. So maybe that should be your weapon of choice, SlothFang.
Overall, axes deal 1 heart more damage than their sword counterparts. Attack reach remains at 3 blocks, though as you mentioned, the attack speed for all axes is increased to 2, which is nice. Hose, which is your master weapon.
Yeah, for wooden it's 2 for attack speed, stone is 2.5, and then diamond and gold is 3.5. Wooden, stone, and gold is 2 hearts. Iron and diamond will take 3 hearts. And then the increased attack reach is also now 4 blocks.
Now, if you decide while you're mining down in the mine shafts that you've made, searching for diamond, gold, redstone, and all that fun minerals and ores, you decide you want to attack something, pickaxe attack speed for all pickaxes are increased to 2.5. Increased damage for all pickaxes by 1, and of course, last but not least, that attack reach remains at 3 blocks.
And if you like to use shields like SlothFang does to block my attacks, well, guess what? Critical hits will bypass shields. So what now?
That good old warm-up delay from shields is removed. 0.25 second activation cooldown. When in the offhand, shields will activate when sneaking. Of course, shields no longer knock back attackers when they block. Shovels, again, digging the mine shaft, and you're looking to, dig some dirt, some gravel up, and you decide, you know what, I want to smack someone with my shovel. Well, guess what? The attack speed is increased for all shovels to 2, decreased damage for all shovels by 1, so it's more of a shock factor than it is a damaging factor. And again, attack reach remains at 3 blocks.
Now, if your weapon of choice is swords, the increased attack speed for all swords is 3. Increased damage for all swords is going up by 1. And then increased attack reach is now 3.5 blocks.
Of course, recently we've had the aquatic update, so of course you may be channeling your inner Jason Momoa as Aquaman or Aquawoman and utilizing the trident. Well, congratulations, your attack speed is increased to 2. Decreased base damage from 9 hearts to 7 hearts, which seems more or less like a balancing kind of position so it doesn't become too overpowered. And last but not least, again, the words of the day, attack reach is increased to 4 blocks. Of course, in regards to the combat test, as of August 15th, there was a release to what's known as Java Edition Combat Test 2. Again, second experimental version of a future combat update. This combat experiment is a fork of Java Edition 1.14.4. Again, the version was only released on Reddit, so it does not appear in the launcher or in any Minecraft.net blog post. Now, these changes did greatly affect the things we just mentioned. We did want to let you know overall what the basis of this all was, so that way the things we mention next are just the changes to a few features and fixes.
So some changes in this new update, Combat Test 2, is attacking while crouching will now disable your shield during the attack. Also, the shield is re-enabled after the weapon has reached 200% charge. Removed auto-attacking by holding the attack button is now something in this update. And weapon reach is always active and increased by half a block during a special attack.
And in regards to the HUD, the auto hotbar attack indicator now only appears after the attack is 100% recharged, showing the progress of reaching 200% charge instead. Now for items, here's PuppaLu.
The shield will now protect against critical attacks again. So I guess what I was saying earlier no longer holds any truth.
Yay!
On to you, SlothFang.
Swords, the slice and dice weapon of choice, unless you prefer hoes, tridents, bows, and other things. Decrease the attack speed of all swords to 2.5%. Tridents, again, received another balance of an increased damage to 8.
They've also added some fixes to this, and the weapon cooldowns now no longer apply to players in creative mode.
As well as the fixed scaling of the hotbar attack indicator. Well, as always, folks, it's been a great pleasure having you view this video as well as working with PuppaLu. I'm sure she'll pop up in hopefully a soon episode of The Ruins of Nordal, LameCraft by SlothFang and Mr. Barramundi. Don't forget her channel link is below on my video, so you can check out her side, her point of view of this video, and more importantly, like, share, and subscribe her videos.
Also, I want to thank everyone for watching, and be sure to check out SlothFang's channels. He's doing some really cool things over there, and I definitely enjoy his, I think 3 times a week you upload, right?
Yep, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Yep, definitely check those out. It keeps me interested, and it's one of my favorite series to watch.